In tech, names can be a real minefield. A great name pops up, and suddenly it seems like everyone wants to use it, even for totally different things. And that's exactly what we're diving into today. A single name that somehow links up cloud computing, AI video, and, believe it or not, your kitchen.
So it kind of sounds like the setup to a joke, right? What do these three things have in common? I mean, on one hand, you have this super technical tool for programmers. Then you've got this cool thing for artists making videos. And then there's an app for, just figuring out dinner. They seem worlds apart. But yep, there's one really confusing thing that ties them all together.
That's right. They were all, at one point or another, called Whisk. Yep. Three totally different products all sharing the same name. It's like a tech identity crisis. So let's get into it. Let's unravel this whole thing and figure out what each of these whisks is all about.
Okay, first up, let's tackle the most, let's say, techie whisk of the three. This one has nothing to do with cooking. No, this whisk lives in the cloud. It's a seriously powerful tool for the developers who are out there building all the apps and websites we can't live without.
So before we can really dig into what OpenWhisk is, we got to get our heads around this concept called serverless computing. And right away, that name is kind of tricky because, of course, there are still servers involved. The big idea here is that the developer, well, they just don't have to think about them at all.
Here's a good way to think about it. Imagine you need to hang a picture. The old way of doing things is like buying a whole workshop, with a table saw, a sander, the whole shebang, just to use a drill for 5 minutes. It's overkill. Serverless is like just renting the drill for those 5 minutes. You use it, you give it back, and you only pay for what you actually used. It's just way, way more efficient. And this is a great visual for how we got here. You can see the whole journey. We started with bare metal, literally physical servers you had to babysit yourself. Then we got a bit smarter with virtual machines and containers. And now we're at functions. Each step along this road has been about one thing: freeing up developers to focus on the cool stuff, writing the code, instead of worrying about all the boring plumbing underneath. All right, and this is where Apache OpenWhisk fits into the picture. It's an open source platform that's all about something called event-driven programming. It sounds complicated, but it's actually pretty simple. Think about it. A trigger is just something that happens, like, say, you upload a photo. A rule sees that happen and connects it to an action, which is just a little piece of code that does something, like automatically resizing that photo. Trigger, rule, action. That's it. It's a really elegant way to build apps that just react to things happening in real time. So to recap, Whisk number 1 is for developers. It's all about making code run super efficiently in the cloud. Got it? Good. Now, let's do a complete 180 and talk about Whisk number 2. This one couldn't be more different. We're leaving servers behind and jumping straight into the world of video creation. Okay, so this Whisk is actually an AI tool from Google. It started out as a way to generate images, but they just added this really cool new feature called Whisk Animate. And, well, based on what people are saying online, the results are pretty mind-blowing. And the way it works is just so simple. Seriously, you take a picture, any picture, you click Animate, and then you just type what you want to happen. Something like, make the ice cream melt in a pixel style. Then the magic happens. Google's super powerful VO2 AI model gets to work and turns your static image into this cool little animated video. Now, as you've probably guessed, something this cool isn't exactly free. To get your hands on Whisk Animate, you need to be subscribed to Google's AI Premium plan. That'll set you back about $20 a month, and it comes bundled with a bunch of other AI tools and some extra storage. But there is a catch. You can't just go wild and make unlimited videos. The subscription gives you a limit of 100 animations per month, and it's a use it or lose it kind of deal. The counter resets on the first of the month, and your unused credits don't roll over. So you got to make sure you use them up. All right, so we've had a Whisk for coders and a Whisk for creators. What's left? Well, our third and final Whisk is probably the one you were expecting from the very beginning. Yup, this one is actually about cooking. The story for this one goes back to 2019. Samsung went out and bought a pretty popular cooking app that, you guessed it, was named Whisk. The big plan was to take this app and weave it right into their whole ecosystem of smart appliances. And that little app has since grown up and is now called Samsung Food. But it's way more than just a recipe book. It's this whole platform that's designed to run your kitchen life. It'll find you recipes, create your shopping list for you, and even tweak meals based on your diet. It's pretty comprehensive. And here's where it gets really smart.
This is the ultimate vision, right? Imagine the app knows what's inside your Samsung smart fridge. It sees you have chicken, broccoli, and some lemons. Instantly, it suggests a recipe for you. Not only that, but it can tell your Samsung oven to start preheating to the right temperature, all from your phone. That's the dream, a truly connected smart kitchen.
So there you have it. 3 totally different products for 3 totally different groups of people, all tied together by this one little name. It's kind of wild. Let's actually put them all side by side so we can really see the differences and maybe figure out why a name like this gets reused so much.
Okay, this chart lays it all out perfectly. You've got Apache OpenWhisk for the developers in the cloud. You've got Google Whisk for the creators making AI art, and you have Samsung Food, which used to be Whisk, for all of us trying to cook at home. So why Whisk for all of them? Well, think about what a Whisk does. It blends things. For OpenWhisk, it's blending code with events. For Google's tool, it's blending a static image with animation. And for Samsung, it's literally blending ingredients. It's a great, short, action-oriented word that just sounds innovative. And that's pure gold for a tech company.
It really just goes to show you, in the wild world of tech, even a simple name can have a super complicated backstory. Which leaves me wondering, what other tech names have you stumbled across in totally weird or unexpected places? It happens more than you think.